Okay, so welcome back everybody. I'm TongFu Man and I've gone full retard tonight. But right now we have a replay cast of what went down yesterday between TongFu and Giggles in the Gigabyte Dota Masters tournament. And this is Giggles, of course, on the dire side. They came through the open qualifiers and they're up against TongFu, which, well, honestly, I thought they were going to be one of the favourites for this group along with Mineski. However, as it turns out, Ice has been slaughtering everybody left, right and centre. So, gods, I mean, any predictions here? I do think that Giggles is still the underdog, though, in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Giggles have had an okay run so far. They've dropped one game, I believe, which was to big plays. But yeah, Ice have been definitely the team in this group, have been completely shocking everyone and looking very, very consistent. TongFu, they did drop to Ice, but still one of the sort of near top tier Chinese teams, and you can never underestimate a team like TongFu, and you can definitely always expect them to be bringing their A game to the table here.
Yeah, well, especially when they had people on their roster that have been since snapped up by eHome, you know they definitely had some talent on their side. But the bans so far, we've had Furion getting banned as well as the inv-red, and the inv-red have decided, you know what, he's a little bit too versatile, let's just get rid of him. Furion, of course, always annoying. Whenever you're trying to push out of your lane, he's there, just pushing it straight back in your face. Even when he's not in that, just popping his ult every now and then, just forcing the lanes back and taking all of that good cash.
Yeah, he's one of those heroes where we've seen some great results from him so far in this tournament, just because of how mobile he is. He's great at just sort of moving the enemy around the map, controlling the game so well with that short cooldown on TP, and just a great sort of mid to late game carry. He can do some serious DPS as well, as we are going to see them go with the Darkseer ban as their second ban here.
Yeah, there's also the Silent Bear getting knocked off as well, along with the Darkseer. The Darkseer makes perfect sense. The Silent Bear, not too surprised. Everybody goes, those Chinese teams are a little good at ricing. Let's not let them use the Silent Bear because they might cause some massive devastation with it. So I'm not surprised at all to see that get knocked off, but I'm waiting to see the Lycan and the Brewmaster ban just because they're such common bans these days, and we've only got 2 slots left. Although then again, the Radiant do have access to first pick, so they might decide, you know what, they might take one.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them pick up the Lycan and the Brewmaster when they actually lost to Ice. They had both Lycan and Brewmaster, which was a bit of a shocking, one of those things where I had all these people, my friends, just messaging me like, oh, game is over by the picks, like, Ice should just leave the game right now, they've lost. But no, Ice, with their own picks, with that anti-mage, managed to win that game. We're going to see what Giggles will go as the Brewmaster is banned, Lycan's still in the pool.
Yeah, Lycan's still in the pool there, but first pick to TongFu. Managing to get whatever they want here. And will they go with a safe pick, or will they just go, you know what, Lycan, yep, there we go, let's go. Lycan's left the pool, grab him right now, make sure we get him, and then try and cause a whole bunch of carnage. The question is, I mean, the thing is though, in the GDM, the running joke is, Lycan has only won one, he's been picked like 4 or 5 times, and he's only won one of those. He's only won one of those games, so, oh boy, we'll see. And I think Orange is the only team to have won a match with Lycan so far. And I know he got used yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sort of pocket strategy as well, where they had it all planned out with the Enigma, doing that early creep skipping. So we'll see how TongFu want to use him. They ran him in the jungle last time, and I'm kind of thinking they may sort of try and put him in the lane this time, similar to what Orange did. I don't think they'll go for the creep skipping technique, but they'll definitely look to maybe get him the safer and the quicker farm in the lane that you don't get in the jungle.
Yeah, I agree. I do think they'll do that as well, just because it's what we've seen so far. It's generally been the lane he likes, although I think we actually did see a jungle liking. Seeing him first pick is a little different. Normally, she's definitely a very strong pick, very popular pick, but very rare will I see a team actually use their first sets of picks on her. Nice Stalker seems to have fallen out of the metagame just a little bit, but they've decided, you know what, let's pick him up here. I know, maybe he can try and silence and shut him down before he can get into that wolf form. Or even just, you know, mess him up, silence him after he hits wolf form, and just go, you know what, take a huge mischance, get out of my face.
I don't think he's really picked up for the Lycan. I think they just want to use this sort of for their own strategy, which is going to be sort of focusing on ganking lots early, getting an early game advantage, getting those kills, and maybe using Night Stalker to help them take down some early towers. He can sort of scare away the opposition I mean, they can't really defend if they're going to be during nighttime, if Night Stalker can just run in and take them out. I think that doesn't have anything to do with this Lycan pick for the most part, but it is a hero that can put on pressure early on, and Lycan is a hero that needs farmers. Wow, this is the first time I've seen this new Beastmaster. He looks damn sick.
Yeah, that's pretty badass, I've got to say. That's, especially the background. The background is so much cooler than before. I don't know, what have they done? They've like sort of just changed his face around a bit. But anyway, going back to this, yeah, well, Night Stalker is definitely going to get some early game, well, not so much earlier, but so that mid-game area, he's going to have a lot of firepower in the early mid-game. Just the first couple of nights, he's going to cause a ton of havoc and really make the Radiant just check themselves, really be worried about pushing, or even trying to sort of split push around a lot, just because Night Stalker can come screaming out of nowhere and just just pick people off. So they're probably, I guess it's just going to basically mess up any strategy they want to do if they want to do some split pushing, but then again, they might just group up and push all as a group. But then again, I mean, it's going to be some kind of they've picked up Lycan. There's going to be some kind of mid-game play for them, I feel. The question is whether or not they're going to try and put a whole ton of map pressure everywhere, or if they're just going to try and push down like one specific set of towers altogether, and just stay as basically a great big death ball of heroes, stick together and just try and push down a whole bunch of towers together.
Yeah, with the Beastmaster aura, I mean, Windrunner is a nice hero to pick up the mech. You can get the pipe on Beastmaster, and that can give that sort of really scary Deathball army that you see around the sort of 20-25 minute mark. And that's something that Giggles have to be wary of here. I mean, Night Stalker not a great hero for those big clashes when he's going up against heroes with mech, pipe, force staffs, and heroes like Lycan who can just right-click him down almost. So needs to get off to a very... I mean, this first 10 minutes of the game is going to be very, very important, especially for Giggles, whereas TongFu, they know their lineup maybe not that strong from the get-go, but once it sort of time goes on and you get those team fights, they'll be looking stronger and stronger.
Yeah, Venomancer being picked up. We'll see him. Well, Venomancer is definitely a fantastic hero, just a fantastic support hero. I don't like him as the sort of the only support. I mean, we saw this before. Venomancer doesn't have that much lane control, but when he's backing somebody else up, can be really, really fantastic. But if he's up against a harder lane without some decent backup in his lane, he can struggle just a bit. The CM though, I think will do pretty well if they are planning to tri-lane. But I would have been a little bit disappointed if I saw something like a Tidehunter getting rolled out to go with the Venomancer. But then again, I mean, they may not even try it at this point. They may just be... I mean, sometimes we've even seen the Balinar take a dual mid with the support if he's under a lot of pressure.
I think the dual lane Balinar mid's really nice, cause, especially with a hero like CM, because CM does have the double nuke, and the Night Stalker's Void has a fairly short cooldown, so even during that daytime, the first day, you can get some kills if you're up against a squishy solo mid who gets a bit out of position. So in that regard, the dual lane Night Stalker is really nice. You can get sort of safer farm, and as soon as you get a kill or force the hero back to heal, that's when you just leave the Night Stalker to get the solo XP. So you can sort of time it where the support's there when Night Stalker needs it. As soon as he's got a fairly easy lane, the support can sort of go look for runes and gank out the lanes.
It just gives them a lot of mobility. Apparently they're saying they think the Rexa is a little too squared now. A shout out to Calicot has popped up in the chat, but they banned Pugna as well as Tidehunter. The Queen of Pain getting banned along with Earthshaker. The Pugna ban I think is a little interesting. I guess, I don't know, maybe they're worried about that ward in the mid-game fights. If someone who maxes out water, it can actually be a huge pain in the ass, but they decided to knock him out. I know, we don't usually see Pugna get banned a lot, gods.
Yeah, it's not really banned a lot, but definitely these Chinese teams have been picking up quite frequently. I think DK have run him a couple of times, and even LGD I think ran him at least once. I think with the Chinese metagame, he's often used in their dual lanes to get up that fast mech, get up the arcane boots maybe, as they do love to get up that really scary mid-game push, which Pugna is a great hero to do. You've got the blast, you can clear creeps, do additional damage to towers, and it's a great hero for buying those utility items on as they are going to go Vengeful Spirit. This is a lot of auras, a lot of minus armor as well. Beastmaster aura, Vengeful Spirit with the plus damage aura and the minus armor. This is looking pretty scary coming out of TongFu, although their early game may struggle a bit.
This is true. It may just a bit, depending how they go, but I mean, Beastmaster might get the aura early, but I am still expecting Vengeful Spirit to get the Wave of Terror as well as the Magic Missile, and then just sort of save the aura for the mid game, like for the sort of the mid game push that they're planning. Although she will need to make sure she doesn't roam too much, picks up those levels, because otherwise she will be relatively. I mean, she does a lot of hard support, ends up dying a few times early in the fights, and then doesn't get those ganks off, or spends a lot of time sort of just wandering around, warding, counter warding, just roaming, trying to set up the odd gank or two. It could leave her very underleveled, which means if she goes for the Wave of Terror and the Magic Missile, she might not have enough levels in the command aura to make it worthwhile during that sort of mid-game push.
Well, it's one of those things. I know a long time ago, the most popular build on Vengeful Spirit was just getting level 1 stun. You'd get level 1 stun, max your Howl, and max your Aura, because level 1 stun, I think, had the same stun duration at all levels, and it was also a really low mana cost, so it was actually not worth leveling it up, but now they've changed it so that level 1 stun, it's shorter stun duration, and the mana cost is slightly higher as well, so they've made it sort of more worthwhile to actually level it up now.
Yeah,
But
no, I
initially,
remember that,
it used
yeah.
to always be the max Howl, max Aura, only one in stun, and that's how all the Chinese teams would play Vengeful Spirit, as Witch Doctor picked up for Giggles, sorry, as they looks like they're going to be running the Venom as a solo hero here. Or possibly even just a trial lane, but that'd be...
The Witch Doctor, definitely an interesting pick. We don't see him a lot. He tends to be sort of the scraping the bottom of the barrel for supports, and even in this GDM, he's been ignored completely. Like, people have been picking up a Lion ahead of him as a support. And I don't think I think this is possibly the first or second game we've seen him as a support hero. I know Complexity versus X-Ghost, one of the teams was running him last night as a primary support. I also thought that was pretty weird, as there were decent picks left. I think Crystal Maiden was still left on the board. So I found the initial Witch Doctor pick very weird. And again, from Giggles, I find this a little weird as well. So, gods, I don't know. Do you think Witch Doctor should be here, or they should have picked up something else?
For me, I feel the Witch Doctor is a bit weak here. Venomancer, I think, is better played as a support. You can run him as a solo hero, or even as the farmer, but he's one of those heroes, he can get up the nice, quick, fast pipe, or even an Aghanim Scepter, but the farm is better off on some other hero, some other sort of semi-carry utility hero, whether it's a hero like Shadow Shaman. I mean, Leshrac actually been banned, but even a hero like Queen of Pain could be quite enough. I mean, listing heroes they've banned out here. That's
Whoa,
me getting awfully tight
okay.
here. They're going to go, wow, Ursa. I think that is why. I mean, they were planning this maybe from the get-go as a sort of counter to the Lycan, a hero that can actually fight Lycan 1v1 with some disables. So they're just sort of building around this Ursa draft. They're going to put the Veno maybe solo top or possibly solo bottom, but they could easily run this CM Witch Doctor Ursa as a tri lane bottom, and that is, I think Giggles are going to be looking to get very aggressive here.
I agree. I mean, I'm just wondering, maybe level 1 Rosh. I'm just thinking maybe level 1 Rosh, because they did grab the Witch Doctor heal. Maybe. Oh, smoking?
Oh.
Okay, they're up to
Oh,
something.
that's it. I thought they'd actually leveled up the heal already. They haven't leveled up anything on Witch Doctor yet, but they have smoke. Whether it's a Roshan suitor, I mean, Ursa has 2 salves and tangos. That's the kind of items you want to get if you're going to go for Roshan. You do need a couple salves when you tank it up. And then you're going to go for it.
I think it's
but
going to
in
get
comes
scouted.
TongFu.
I think it's going to get scouted.
TongFu are onto this, I believe.
Yeah, the Wolves going to check it out for sure. And this is not going to work. Yep, there we go. It's going to get caught. And Giggles, their master plan has gone out the window. It's not going to work. They don't want to stay here. They really don't want to stay here. Or maybe
only 3 TongFu heroes here at the moment, though. So this is, I mean, TongFu have to either wait or look for a good opportunity. They're going to throw the axes just to sort of stop Giggles, but they don't want to engage here. And look, Vengeful Spirit taking a lot of damage will go on the Ursa. Ursa taking a lot of damage, drops, but the first blood goes to TongFu. So it's still looking to go pretty good for Giggles here. They picked up 1, they picked up a second, and this is the problem. TongFu went in with just 3 heroes.
It didn't work out. They got the first blood, and I mean, Ursa really didn't lose much money at all, as they take out a 3rd hero. Windrunner going down as well. Probably going to take AA if they can get another slow on him, or not. They are actually just going to head back now and split up, realizing, okay, we don't want to overextend too much, and the Wolves are actually going to try and chase down the Witch Doctor here.
Not going to manage to do so, and that was one of those things where I think Giggles were fine to keep on Roshan there. Even when they got scattered, they knew they had a strong 5-man army, and TongFu were only had 3 heroes there when they came in, and Giggles knew that because they had that Observer Ward on the high ground. So they actually played that really smart, and as a result, come out 3 kills to 1 on top.
Also, Lycan appears to be jungling. Look, I'm looking at those items. They look a lot like jungle items to me. And this might hurt him a little bit, seeing he's had to use the extra amount. Hasn't had time to go back for the extra wolves, so he's going to be a little bit slow. He's going to have to pop this clarity as well fairly early on.
Yeah, he's not going to be a happy jungler here, as he cannot take either of those big camps at the moment. So he's going to have to sort of either go, maybe take this creep pull with the Vengeful Spirit, or even just go back to base soon, as he is going to try chip away at this big camp here. But I mean, no mana, has to use that clarity, but at the moment it doesn't even look like he wants to.
As I might just clarify for everybody, this is a replay of Giggles versus TongFu. I don't actually know what happens here. I did not get to see this. I haven't been updated on the standings as of yet either, so I have no idea what happens. I'm as blind as you guys are, but right now it's going to be a solo Balinar in the mid versus the Beastmaster. Beastmaster popping a salve already, in fact, out of regen. Looks like he might have tried to go for the fast bolt, being forced to possibly pop a little bit of regen during that last fight as well. Oh, actually, no, he died. That's right. Oh, wow, that sucks. He was trying to eco build for the bottle, the fast bottle, and he died during that level 1 gank outside Rosh. So now he's so far behind, it's not even funny. And now he's out of regen, having popped his only salve.
Oh man,
oh wait, no, I lied. He got it. Never mind.
Oh, the Beastmaster. Yeah, I was about to say, you wouldn't actually lose much gold at level 1 there. So yeah, he has couried that out to him. He's got it nice and fast. As Night Stalker at mid has a bottle of his own now, so both those heroes will be pretty much melee versus melee. Beastmaster doing a bit more on the harass here. Beastmaster going for the build where he's not going to get Call of the Wild. He's going to be maxing out Aura, I believe. He's got at least one in Aura, and I think he's just going to completely skip Call of the Wild because they'll be going for that mid-game push. Nope, he does go for 1 point Call of the Wild, just getting the level 1 Aura.
Now I feel retarded. Thanks, Beastmaster, but must have just shipped out the bottle. Just put on the courier because, I mean, it disappears from the stash den. So I was like, oh, wow, he's got absolutely nothing. And I didn't notice the courier coming out. So now I feel dumb. Ancient Apparition, having picked up fast boots at the moment, he must have got one of the kills there at the during the first skirmish, as it looks like Cold Feet going down the Witch Doctor is actually going to proc on him as he walks back into it. And is forced to tango up at the moment. I'm actually surprised they haven't really gotten aggressive on this AA, just because, well... Oh, okay, no, they do have... Oh, okay, he does have a Vengeful Spirit Blading with him.
Yeah.
I thought that was Lycan in the jungle for a moment. Just pulling
and
away.
those boots will really help him out in this bottom lane. As it'll just help him escape. As it looks like they are getting aggressive on top. The win-run not going to be enough. Ursa going to get a kill. As Pretty Little Liars, the Slam and ES is now playing a beastly Ursa. Up to... He's got his first kill. He did go down in that first fight, but I'd say he's looking pretty good at this top lane. Up to 12 CS already and now the kill.
Yeah, well, I mean, he came off straight off like the having no money from the initial buys, so it's not like he lost any gold anyway.
Yeah.
So he's probably feeling pretty good about it. And plus his team managed to get the first blood on top of that, so he probably felt pretty good about that. Now Night Stalker, and it looks like they might actually be crowing. I think TongFu are crowing at the moment, the bottle. Just checking for any rooms. Not up.
Yeah, so that'll be the...
Yep.
That's just to help out Beastmaster. They basically, I mean, their side lane heroes could maybe pick up an item or two to help them out, even like him, but Beastmaster at mid is the hero they need to have a nice early side, and if he doesn't find runes, then they're quite happy for him to use up that courier, just even if it's just once, maybe even twice, just to do some bottle crowing. He'll go back out mid, and even Lycan can pick up a Clarity or two to sort of drop off to him, as it looks like there's a Sobi Mask and Clarity as well on there. I imagine those are both for the Lycan, as Lycan... Like in jungle, you'll often see the double Sobi Mask. One for the Bassi Ring and the Vlads, and the other is used for the Medallion of Courage.
Okay, fair enough. Then as it looks like Windrunner in some trouble, gets hit by the Crystal Nova. Gonna get stomped now by the Ursa, hammering her. Not even a chance to do anything there. Doing a ridiculous amount of damage, as per usual. And he's got the phase boot, the fast phase boots as well.
Yeah, I much prefer this to going for the quick Vlads on Ursa if you're laning as an Ursa. CM Ursa lane, it's all about getting the kills and being aggressive, and phase boots is perfect. Especially a hero like Windrunner, who's so good at escaping, does have the Windrun. And I think we may be seeing what... I was casting with Luminous, and he says this is the Chinese Windrunner build, where you don't get Shackle Shot until like level 6. He's going to get a second point in Windrunner. That's what Luminous has told me, and we actually saw one of the Chinese doing. So I think it'll help out against a hero like Ursa, getting that level 2 Windrun.
Beastmaster trying to juke, not happening though. Crystal Maiden as well as Witch Doctor having none of that, and it's also that was it's not actual nighttime. It is Valinor popping his ult there, having taken the level 6, popping it just before the initial night, 1 minute early. In fact, catching Beastmaster out by surprise. The early few hero kills has actually made him level up to get that level 6 way ahead of when he should normally have, because you normally get level 6 just before the nighttime rolls around. Yeah. He got that about 30 seconds, 4.5 minutes or so. Really caught that Beastmaster off guard.
That is very early, and Aurora mid, Witch Doctor in trouble. Vengeful Spirit going to come in as well. Should be able to pick up this kill, and the TP coming in, not going to be there in time. Night Stalker not going to be able to make anything out of this. Although he is just sort of waiting for night to come, so he's happy to try get that level 7 before it is, in fact, nighttime.
Yeah, well, I think he should manage it, actually. He should be able to manage it. He's got a good 15 seconds, be very close. He's got a good 15 seconds or so. Yeah. As Ursa and Windrunner, Ursa and Chris Maiden trying to dive on that Windrunner once again, not quite managing to get the kill, but doing a lot of damage, forcing her to pop another salve. She looks like she's trying to grab herself a Basilius as well. Just for her lane. I mean, you might say, why they're stacking Basilius. Well, it's alright for her, because she's not going to be near the Lycan for quite some time. He needs to build a Vlads regardless. So it's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And right now, Windrunner hasn't actually gone for the Basilius. It's just sitting on the Ring of Protection. It's one of those things, sometimes you might just pick up the Ring of Protection at level 1 and decide, I don't actually need a Bassi. It's not going to help me out. Windrunner could even just go for a bottle here, just to get the regen that it does offer. The Basilius is just great in a 1v1 matchup, but because Windrunner was not finding a solo hero at top, going for that, just keeping it as a Ring of Protection. It's still a nice item against Ursa for the plus armor.
The gank at bottom. Oh, VS getting caught out. Jumped by the Night Stalker, and it is, of course, his first night. Time to cause some massive carnage. I mean, he's probably feeling pretty good. He's already 3-0, it's just hit nighttime, and he's already 3-0-2. It's AA dropping that ult. He was trying to find Venomancer. It doesn't look like it'll do enough damage to take him out, though, with the snap. He should be able to walk away from this. Meanwhile, though, TongFu are just going to try and cause some damage on this mid tower. Ursa is also working towards his Vlads now, I believe. He has picked up a Ring of Health. I think he dropped into the jungle for a little while, but has gone back in the lane. Now the Hawk just going to do a little bit of scouting, just trying to make sure nobody's rushing there. He knows Sir could be getting close. As a double damage being popped there, doing critical damage now to Beastmaster. Oh no! Crystal Nova not striking correctly there. The Roar goes down though. It is nighttime. He should be able to get away unless they can get another couple of crits in. Throws down the slow there. Oh, doesn't quite manage to pick off the Lycan. And he's got some support. Ursa now trading spots with him. Going to bottle up a bit. And then they're going to jump straight back on mid. Although Ursa now being spotted up by a stray creep. Where the hell did that come from? Random creep running up there, giving away their gank, although he's going to swing in behind, going to try and grab this VS by the looks of things. Ursa now moving in from the front, going to try and herd her back into the Night Stalker. She throws down the stun. The AA ult coming. This is going to take out some people, I think. This is probably going to kill 2 of them. Although the Witch Doctor trying to heal them up. I think it's like a 50% cut in healing, isn't it? Off Ice Blast. He does go down to this Cold Snap in the end. Rather, not the Cold Snap, but rather the snap, the kill. So I think I've lost Gods. I think I have... Is Gods here? I think I've lost him. Never mind. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, but yeah.
I'm here. Okay. Sorry about that.
You know, that heal not working though. The Frostbite causing all sorts of havoc. Trying desperately to heal himself. Now Beastmaster getting destroyed by Ursa, doing a lot of damage. Gonna finish him off there. And this is not looking that fantastic for TongFu. I mean, they were hoping for some sort of early some mid-game advantage. And you're right, this Ursa is just getting really stacked, just causing a ton of damage. And with the Ballinar to back him up, we've got these 2 really good mid-early game heroes that do a ton of damage. An absolute ton of damage, and he just cannot compete with it.
Oh, between the Ursa and the Ballinar, I mean, TongFu are really on the back foot. And these support heroes, CM, Witch Doctor, are great sort of early game support heroes for locking heroes in place. They've got short cooldown, nukes, disables. They're not really relying on getting that well-placed fissure or something. They're just really nice early game for sort of going for those quick ganks and the quick pressure.
It's been absolutely fantastic for them. And who's actually farming in this bottom? I'm just trying to figure out. It looks like the Venomancer has actually been given the farm. Yep, he is. Would make more sense than the Witch Doctor, but you know, it's Giggles. I just wanted to check because Giggles do some weird things every now and then. And again, Polison diving in on top of this bottom lane. Gonna take out this AA more than likely. The Frostbite down on AA, he will go down. And VS now in some serious trouble. Another void coming up. 1 second. There we go. No? Just juking, cutting line of sight, drops the stun. Crystal Maiden moving in now. There's another port coming in. It's yellow. Windrunner's going to show up. Can she pop off a shackle? Looks like they decided, you know what, let's just back up here. The shackle goes down on top of the Witch Doctor, though, being spotted up by the aura, by the wave there, the wave of terror. Another slow goes down there, and again the Frostbite. Going to cause a lot of trouble. Void on top of Beastmaster. Lycan is in the mix, though. And now Ballinar has decided he needs to get the hell out. He does have that Urn charge on him as well. 3 charges. Could try and pop that as he runs.
And Ursa has taken out Roshan in the meantime. It was a nice little fight. Night Stalker just putting on a bit of pressure there, although they did lose some support heroes. But meanwhile, Ursa getting Roshan is a nice little pickup for Giggles. And Ursa, though, does still need that blink back, because right now, the Radiant team, they're sort of getting the levels to farm they need. It is happening slowly. They've got the Arcane Boots on the Winner. They've got the Vlads up on... Oh, Shackle Shot finds Night Stalker running into the bot jungle. And he's going to just return fire, go on the Winner. Here comes the AA ultimate. Going to hit Ursa, misses the Night Stalker. Windrunner will go down. Another kill going to Giggles, the back of the Ursa.
This is not looking too good for TongFu. The question is, can they cause some havoc in this mid-game, or are they going to be in some serious trouble? They appear to have a flying boar. I'm not sure why. The Wolves, however, have decided to stay on the ground this time. As it looks like Ballinar still in some trouble. Going to be able to outrun those cold feet quite easily. Popping the Urn charge. Ursa also pulling back. Decides to go back and says, hang on, I can kill everybody here. And the stun goes out from VS. Witch Doctor also giving chase. She's got a whole bunch of stacks on her. The Fury Swipe's going to bring her down. Crystal Maiden also arriving to help out. And this is, I don't know, TongFu, they're just getting dominated here. Absolutely hammered.
Yeah, I mean, the Ursa just some really aggressive play, and they're doing just what they need to. Venomancer walks into that AA Ice Blast. I think he'll be just okay here, as long as he doesn't take any extra damage from the tower. He's going to narrowly survive this one, as that Witch Doctor Hill not doing a single thing with the Ice Blast effect on them. And yeah, TongFu picking up a tower. That's what they need. They can't just get the kills. They need the towers. And with that tower, they're now up to about a 3k gold lead, although Lycan at mid does manage to take out a tower of his own.
Lycan now popping his ult to flee. AA is there as well, but doesn't really decide to engage on Balor. Balor, though, his first night is... Actually, no, he's popped his ult once again. I was about to say his first night. Wow, that's actually a long time, but no. His ultimate is currently up, so we can't see exactly how long is left on the clock. I think it's roughly... He's roughly got about 40 seconds after this ultimate runs out.
Yeah.
It's Beastmaster up on the top lane, has got... Picked up an early brace just to help himself bulk up just a bit. Yeah, he hasn't got that long left, maybe a minute at most.
Yeah, and Beastmaster, Lycan are looking for something at top. The Raw with the Lycan damage, they could take out someone very, very quickly. Lycan with Treads and Vlad, although it does look like Ven are going to be playing as safe as possible. And there we see Night Stalker at mid, finds the VS. VS getting instantly taken out, and this Night Stalker with a DD rune getting a kill there. But meanwhile, top lane, the Raw with the Lycan picks up a kill on Venomancer. Oh man, that's going to be scary.
Oh yeah, no kidding. That is really going to cause some havoc in a minute. It's going to be good for the issue. I know, I mean, right now, the Radiant don't really have an answer to like that kind of... Just the amount of carnage. Like, Ursa blinking in the middle is just going to cause all sorts of hell. And they're just not really going to be able to deal with it to that effect. Oh, I suppose they can just try and drop the Raw on him and then hope they can just stack and start to get him out of trouble. But then, I mean, you still got the Balinar in there causing hell as well. The blink in, AA just getting wrecked! The Shackle does go down, but they've got no follow-up, also being healed up by the Witch Doctor. He should be just fine. In fact, just going to stick around and try and take this tower out. Well, another power shot going to come through, nearly cause some hell. As it looks like Ursa, he's still got the Aegis. As Lycan kills another... Oh, actually managed to bring down Night Stalker. I'm not sure how he got caught out there.
Just the secret shop. I think Night Stalker was just a bit low. And Lycan, I mean, didn't even pop the ulti. So yeah, I did not catch that at all myself. So not sure. Bit of a mistake there coming up from him. Lycan actually... up to 1900 gold is doing fairly well here. So despite this lead that Giggles have, currently around a 2k gold lead, you've got to feel that the TongFu team going into the mid to late game has a much better team fight. Heroes like CM, Witch Doctor, Venomancer all don't have much team fight potential. Even Ursa and Night Stalker, they're ganking heroes. And what's going to come from TongFu is that sort of big push where they force... They're going to force Giggles into actually having a team fight with their heroes. They're not going to give them any opportunities to get the ganks off, which have been so far very successful.
I agree. Venomancer now, with his Arcane Boots, still working. Oh, I mean, that's probably going to be a mag. Could be a... Well, could even be a pipe, but we'll find out. Night Stalker, I think about 500 gold, has got his Phase Boots. Tranquil Boots on Crystal Maiden. Witch Doctor... Oh, they're okay. They're grabbing a second urn there. Just in case. The Night Stalker doesn't grab the kills and charges on that urn. Beastmaster now smoking up along with AA and VS. Looks like they might be looking for a kill on bottom. I think, yeah, if they go down here, they're definitely going to get this kill. They've got enough stuns to lock down the Night Stalker, especially since it's not nighttime. Doesn't quite have his ult up either to try and run away. There's that roll. Cold Feet going to go down. Magic Missile going to follow up in just a second and pretty much instantly destroyed. Not a whole lot he could do there. Lycan, though, busy pushing this top lane, pretty much unmolested at the moment. There's a 4-man stack in the mid for the Dire team, although they're porting back to the bottom lane, going to try and hold off this push.
Yeah, this is not going to be the easiest. They have got those Venomancer Plague Wards. They may force TongFu just to reconsider here, as TongFu, I think they're going to be quite happy to just keep on farming. Lycan is actually at top farming away. Might go for the BKB, although we have been seeing a lot of Necrobooks on Lycans recently. It'll be interesting to see just what he decides to go for. And Beastmaster farming away is up to 1500 gold of his own, so TongFu are starting to sort of catch up slowly, at least in terms of farm.
I'm just looking at Lycan's farm now. Lycan currently sitting on... Lycan's actually not doing... He's 430 GPM, he's actually doing pretty good. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Oh, I suppose he did. He was pretty much left alone unmolested in the jungle, even though he hasn't been able to get those fast rushes, rush steals up and stuff. I know people in the chat are asking, is this the default, this extra large cursor, is this the default cursor for Dota 2? I think this looks bigger just because I'm playing on 720p. I've got this game windowed in 720p, that's why it might look slightly abnormally large, but this is the regular Dota 2 cursor. I don't have a custom one enabled at the moment. Bit of counter warding happening from the Witch Doctor. He's actually got a lot of counter wards. He's got 3 still sending him, having used 1. And I mean, Ursa now currently saving up. What do you think he's going to grab now?
I'd say he kind of needs a BKB against the winner and a Shackle, the VS and AA, but the thing is that the Raw goes through, Lycan can just DPS him down. I mean, the other option is going for something like the Sheepstick. Sheepstick is a fairly common item we see on Ursa, especially going to the late game. It can sort of help him initiate on Lycan, or if he really wants a strong late game item, could be going for that Abyssal Blade, as if Lycan gets BKB, you can stun right on through, still kill him. But I'd say for now, he's just going to go straight for that BKB.
I guess we'll find out. He is actually camping a little bit of cash, unless that's carrying something out. A buckler coming out. That's probably going to go to Venomancer to help finish off. Actually, no. Wait a minute. He's not up here. Who is that going to then?
I think the Sentry Wards are just going to be flying up top for the one of the support heroes. The buckler is not flying out just yet. Venomancer probably still trying to finish off the complete mech. But yeah, right now, I mean, Giggles trying to make something happen. They want this T1 tower at top. Venomancer, though, forced to defend this mid lane. And Lycan is going to be putting on a lot of pressure at bottom as well very soon.
Lycan might be able to trade for that tower down at bottom, although Pretty Little Eye is going to cause a lot of damage to this tower, just chewing through it really quickly, taking those power shots from Windrunner. He does still have the Aegis, though. I didn't check exactly when they took Rosh, so Rosh might be coming out very, very soon at this point in time. And Lycan now going to be pushing this tower by himself, not being molested, although somebody might port and try and take him out. Looks like the mech is done as the ports are going bottom. Going to try and hold off this push. The Wolves will get that tower before it can be denied. And unfortunately, Giggles not managing to do the same. So Roar goes down. The Ice Blast as well. Down as goes Witch Doctor. Can they take out anybody in return? Ursa also losing his Aegis. Will pop back up, but he's going to be relatively surrounded here with very little backup. Cold Feet go down there. Frostbite as well. Ursa still in danger. Could go down here if he gets stunned. Crystal Nova, they're probably going to make them back off. As Venomancer's come in. Poison Nova. Venomous Gale as well. It's stunned. Ursa blinks back in. Goes for the Beastmaster. Going to take him out. Venomancer goes down as it looks like Windrunner and AA now in some trouble. The Shackle goes down. Might buy enough time for AA to port it. AA will escape. Nobody having the stun there to bring him down. Although Crystal Maiden getting the kill there on Windrunner. So 3-for-1 exchange, although they did lose. Actually, no, sorry, a 3-for-3 effectively, as they did lose the Aegis as well as was Witch Doctor went down early on in the fight. They'll blink in. Oh, they're just going to take out the town. Never mind.
Yeah, Witch Doctor did get taken out nice and early on there, but I mean, great little, I mean, it looked like he was going to be in trouble, but as soon as Venomancer got there, they turned it around and they practically baited TongFu to go in much further than they would have liked, so Giggles getting a few kills in their favor. We see a Vanguard actually being picked up by Night Stalker now, so he's starting to tank up, and Ursa up to 3k gold, going to be picking up something new of his own fairly soon.
I'm almost wondering if he's trying to save up straight for an early heart. I don't know, it's just, he's saving, I mean, if he was going to buy a BK, it felt like he would have bought parts for it by now. That's just sort of a hunch I have here, so it really feels like he's saving up for something big. Rather than...
Yeah, I mean, if he's going for something big, it could be that Abyssal Blade, but I just feel like it's a bit too early to get. I mean, Lycan does have his BKB, so it'd be nice to sort of lock him down and actually be able to fight him 1v1. That stun you get from the Abyssal Blade could lock him down. He's going to go for an Ultimate Orb, so either Lincoln Sphere or a Sheepstick here. Both are decent items. The Lincoln Sphere will help deal with the Beastmaster Roar, the VS Swap, Shackle Shots, a lot of spells here. But at the same time, those are spells that can be dealt with the BKB. And we may see him going for that Sheepstick. We'll have to wait and see just what he wants to go with, though.
We'll find out. The Roar goes down on top of Paulson. He's in some trouble. The AL as well going to take him out. Nice chain disables there from TongFu. And now Venomancer getting blocked by the creep, being slowed down by the Ice Voltage. He's in some serious trouble. I don't think they're going to be able to save him. Or maybe they can. The Ice Frostbite goes down. Looks like he might just get away. Crystal Maiden, though, getting shackled. Doesn't connect. Witch Doctor popping up. Crystal Maiden ulting as well. Beastmaster in some serious trouble. Oh, no, wait, that wasn't Beastmaster. That was Ursa. I take that back. Ursa is down. Getting DPS down there. Got mixed up. Crystal Maiden also getting shattered, although Ursa, I think, just fought back, and he's now returning to the fray. Going to try and get back in there. That is an early buyback. But I don't think he can do a whole lot.
Especially when his team are in no position to fight. I mean, he's just in there alone at the moment. There's 4 Radiant Heroes who are actually looking to, 5 Radiant Heroes, sorry, looking to maybe take Roche here. They're going to decide against it, even with the CM and Night Stalker dead. But yeah, Ursa buys back, and just a bit of wasted gold there, I feel.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know, it just really felt weird. They did buy back that fast. So anyway, yeah, it looks like he's grabbed the Ultimate Orb. It could be that sheep that you were talking about. Maybe it's the Lincolns to try and bounce the orb, but I guess we'll find that in a second. Ursa now just going to pick off that Hawk. But I kind of expect Beastmaster to send something over there as soon as possible. Just keep scouting. Even if they... Oh, wait, they even in fact have a Wolf in there right now to try and make sure that Ursa doesn't sneak another Rosh in.
Yeah, they're keeping tabs of that really well, and we'll see Beastmaster at top, up to 2k gold of his own now. He's picked up a second belt of strength after his tread, so...
Apparently the Twitch stream is jerking right now. I'm just gonna double check and make sure we're not having a big issue here. Give me one moment.
I'll have a quick poke
Oh
at
wow,
mine
yeah,
as
no,
well.
something went wrong. I dropped about 3,000 frames there. Okay.
It seems fine now though, as long as you're not still dropping frames. Mine looks nice and good.
Okay, yeah, it must have been a passing bit of lag.
Yeah, I've had that problem. I've had that before. Maybe it's like a net spiked or whatever,
Yeah.
but right now, I think TongFu have sort of clawed their way back in this game. They're preventing the Dire team from taking Roshan. They've won the last few fights, and here they are. They're going to run into the Night Stalker. Night Stalker in trouble, does not have a BKB. Down goes the Lycan ulti. They're maybe going to chase him down. Lycan popping a BKB of his own, but Night Stalker a bit too fast.
Yeah, obviously Lycan is faster, but of course just makes him too fast to catch. And effectively DPS down during that chase. So it looks like Pretty Little Eyes are content just to try and clean up some Asians here. I think they're just scattering, hoping they can try and sneak this rush in, but right now, maybe they're just hoping that TongFu will go in there, try and sneak it themselves, and they can jump in on top of it. But it's not really going to happen. I'm hoping they're going to run in there looking for an Ursa and not find it. 4-star, good 4-star there. I believe it was Winner on it. Yes, she does have one. Shackle shot, pinning down those two heroes, Crystal Maiden and Ballinar. Instant trouble, the Ice Blast, perfect. Takes out VS, takes out Crystal Maiden, and suddenly it's a 3v4 situation. 2v4 right now, as we also lose the Witch Doctor. And Ursa and Night Stalker going, holy crap, need to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, and this is the problem now. We're 22, 23 minutes in, and this Dire team, they had a great start, they had a nice little lead, but the longer this goes, we're not even near the late game yet, but this Dire team, their heroes are sort of getting... they're fading out a bit. Here's like the Witch Doctor, the Crystal Maiden, even the Venomancer. Venomancer going for the utility items, the mech, the arcane boots, but then the CM Witch Doctor have absolutely nothing, and that's really hurting them at the moment.
I kind of feel if they didn't go for if they kept the Ursa, I'm not hating on here. It's a level 1 Rostrat. It's the Witch Doctor that I kind of don't like in this lineup. I really feel they pick something like, I don't know, like Tidehunter and thrown him into the mix. Just something like big, like with really huge teamfight control. I think this fight would be going a lot differently. Just like you said, it's this mid-game teamfight issue that's kind of boning them over. And I think if they switched out the Witch Doctor, subbed in the Venomancer as that support, and then picked up something with really, really good teamfight potential, a lot of good news, then I think they'd be doing a lot better right now.
Yeah, no, they needed to run. I mean, Venomancer if you're running Venomancer as a solo, you need to make up for his lack of disable and his sort of not great teamfight capability. You need to make up with that with your support heroes, having a hero like Earthshaker or Tidehunter as one of those supports, but with the Witch Doctor and CM, that's two other support heroes who don't really bring much to the table apart from their strong laning. And I think that's hurting Giggles. And I mean, yeah, I have to agree. If they hadn't gone for the Witch Doctor, ran the Venomancer support, and picked up some kind of solo, whether it was a Queen of Pain, Shadow Shaman, even a hero like Storm Spirit, if they had a Storm Spirit, that would be insane catching potential on their team. But as it is, Giggles, I mean, they're still up 20 kills to 16, but got to feel that their time is running out.
Yeah, well, that Lycan now with the Aegis has had that BKB for a little while now, as we saw it pop during that earlier fight. He's trying to kill something. Oh, he's just jungling with it. I noticed the fact that his medallion popped on something, and still with this flying boar, it gives absolutely no. It's just like gravity. No, screw you, gravity. Don't even give a damn. Now Venomancer's had his mech for a little while, still saving up for something else. Invisibility rune on Night Stalker, and just give Witch Doctor's just going to try and heal himself up here. That Hawk is scouting them out there. I think Venomancer throwing these in here, looking for any Hawks and stuff, or just having them harass as the other team tries to move up.
Yeah, now we do see the Plague Lord wall is starting, but TongFu just starting to de-ward. Have they got a gem at this point? Yeah, they've got the gem on the Beastmaster with that hood. He's going to be getting that pipe up soon, and now they're just going to get complete and other map control. And without any vision, a hero like Ursa is really going to struggle to know when he can engage. When Ganks is safe, he's just going to be very limited in what he can do with this gem up on the Radiant side, as they're going to get complete and other map control. The Dire team, okay, not complete. The Dire team can still use those Venomancer Plague Wards for some temporary vision, but apart from that, they haven't got much.
The chat is asking, was Shadow Shaman banned? I don't think he was. I remember Queen of Pain was banned, and Earthshaker was banned, but I don't think Rasta was. If I remember correctly. But yeah, I feel even something like Rasta would have been so much stronger than this Witch Doctor. That just decided to run that Venom, because I mean Venomancer is pretty much just panic, like the hero is just full on panic buttons. You can slam the keyboard, pop off crap everywhere, just spread AIDS and herpes around, and then you're done. If you get anything else up there, it's just gravy. And you can just go, you know what, I don't even care if I die now. It's fine, it's not a big issue. And I just feel if they had some kind of huge teamfight potential, they'd be sitting a lot sweeter. Night Stalker though, still struggling. He's got 2k gold, but still hasn't decided where he wants to go with that. Ursa now still hasn't decided where he wants to go with his items either, sitting on 1900 gold. He has been scouted out by this wolf though. Could be a bit of an issue if these guys from mid swing through and try and gank them.
Well, it doesn't look like they want to pressure the Ursa now, but it does also see the Crystal Maiden. So now, the bottom lane, the Lycan, he knows what's coming for him. But Lycan though, BKB Aegis, 3.7k gold. could pick up some new big item fairly soon if he wants to.
He could indeed. Jeez, he is getting very stacked. He's just looking at the GPM run about. How is sitting on 460 GPM, pretty lies down to 440 with his Ursa. And yeah, you're right, this Radiant supports so much better farm than the Dire at the moment, at this point in time. I mean, the Dire right now have one really good farmer, and that's Ursa. Everybody else, well, Nightstalker's doing well, about 340. I mean, Nightstalker's not going to have that high GPM just because he spends so much time running around ganking, but still, it's just definitely those supports just not as farmed as they would like to be, and they just don't have that team fight potential either. It's really, really hurting them a lot.
Yeah, no, definitely. The longer this goes, they're getting weaker and weaker. The Radiant team are getting very fun, and they've got heroes that are going to scale very well and can benefit a lot from items, whereas the Dire team, I mean, Nightstalker can maybe do with a BKB here. Ursa, I mean, he can get another big item, but it's not going to sort of increase his DPS or his viability by that much. And then those three support heroes, the CM, Witchlock, the Venomancer, are not going to be getting all that much more useful, as now TongFu take out a tier 2 tower and are looking very, very strong.
Yeah, I think they might just try and sweep the other towers though before they go for this rank. They've still got two left in two outer towers. I think take the mid, take the top. No real rush for them. No real rush unless Ursa starts getting ridiculously far. But then again, he doesn't scale that well into late game. But on top of that, I suppose Lycan does have access to the Beastmaster or the Vengeful Spirit Aura, so he's looking pretty damn scary regardless. I mean, he's already swinging for about 200 damage. You can throw in the Wolf Form on top of that. That's actually really going to sting, and a lot of negative armor to boot. This mid tower, though, going to go down, going to get taken by the Lycan. Are they going to swing top, grab that one quickly as well? Ursa just trying to push this lane as quickly as he can. Just have a port to get the hell out, but he's got 2.7k. I think he's going for the Hex that you mentioned before.
Yeah, it looks like he will be going for that. It'll help a little bit. It means he can basically, whoever he ganks, he can kill. But before, if he ganked a hero like Beastmaster, he could get Roared and Beastmaster could easily walk away. But with that Sheepstick, he should be able to insta-kill whoever he blinks on. But without a BKB, without some survivability, he is not going to be all that good in a team fight here. As Necrobook is being picked up by the Lycan. He's just got a straight Necrobook 3 by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, I just saw him drop all of that cash on that Necrobook all at once. It looks like he will have to sub out his TP for now, unless he wants to go and lose that Aegis, just to make room for the Necrobook. Yeah, or possibly even the Medallion at this point is somewhat it's getting a bit sort of redundant. It does fill up a spot which he does want for another item. You've already got the Mind Summer from the Vengeful Spirit. You can do without that additional minus armor. As right now, tier 2 tower going down. They are going to sweep out all those towers, and Giggles just looking for a bit of a counter push at bottom, which is about all they can do. They're going to struggle to team fight this. See a couple of heroes though porting back. Nightstalker's bottled up another Invis rune ready to go. Looks like, yeah, they will just try and counter push this tower down quickly, which I think they should be able to get it down before they take critical damage on the base if they've got their fort up. They do have their fortification up, and they will want to pop it and buy time for their ports to head back. They are heading back right now. Lycan about to get jumped on. They do get the tower though. They didn't get back in time basically. Witch Doctor down, trying to cause some trouble with his cast. The pipe gets popped though by the Dire team. They're not really, by the Radiant team. The Dire team are not engaging. Here we go. Ursa now diving, and he's got a BKB. Does a fair bit of damage. Gets roared though. Now taking damage to that Lycan. Lycan just wailing away on him. Lycan looks like he will go down though. Does have that Aegis. They managed to defend the racks for now. And Lycan gonna pop back up in the second. Shackle shot not landing correctly. The mech gets popped by the Dire team. The swap, the Ice Blast goes in. Cold Feet as well. Balinar is down. And it's now 4v5. And it looks like the Radiant will take out this top Dire racks. I don't know where Ursa went, but I've lost track of it. Forced to back off. His BKB is on cooldown. If he goes in, he's just going to chain disabled. And the Dire team, even with BKB, both Ursa and Nightstalker just getting their BKBs, they still couldn't hold. And Ursa does still have that ultimate orb sitting there all nice and lonely in his inventory. As TongFu are going to swing and maybe even go for mid here.
Definitely possible as I'm watching. Oh, Windrunner getting hammered by those stuns. AA actually dropping him. I think he's randomly gone invisible somehow. It looks like the ult goes down from Witch Doctor. He's not really doing enough though. Completes his ult on this side. Oh well, okay, I better run away now. Lycan now just not even caring. Just wailing away on this mid tower. The stun goes down again from the Witch Doctor. Mech gets popped by the Radiant side. Pipe down as well. Ice Blast incoming. Manages to hit the Venomancer. And now Lycan ulting. Gonna just try and shoot down this tower. Probably gonna go for the racks now as well. And this looks like it's pretty much game over. So they're gonna get this tower taken. Oh, gonna get these mid racks taken. Already lost their top racks as well. And this is not looking good. I mean, Giggles having this turnaround. They had a good early start, but these mid-game team fights have been very problematic. Crystal Manny dropping her off, going to bring down the BS, doing a lot of damage now to the Beastmaster as well. The question is, will he go down to the burn? He is going to try. No, he will go down. Has dropped the gem as well.
To the frozen waste.
But, I mean, they got what they came for. They got both middle and top racks, and with that, they have secured utter and total complete control of the map. They've lost their gem. They may just rebuy another one just so they can keep that map control up, keep all the lanes pushed out. They can wait for Roshan to respawn to put back on their Lycan if they really want, and Lycan just going to head bottom, as it looks like they could easily team push that bottom lane. They've just got so much DPS. The Beastmaster aura, the Vengeful Spirit aura, it's just all stacking so well. Everything at the moment going TongFu's way, even though they're behind by 5 kills. I mean, they're definitely looking pretty strong here regardless.
I mean, yeah, they were behind by kills, then they got some early, then they managed to pick up the odd tower here and there, brought it back a little bit, got some good team fights off, because, like, as it were, it's just too much team fight potential compared to Giggles, just bringing them down in those fights, and just change it. Like, once they were all stacked, because the thing is, once they're all stacked together, they have all of the stunners going, alright, let's get Ursa out of her face, there goes their main source of damage, let's get rid of him, and then we don't have to worry about it. Like, we don't have to worry about it. But when there's all, like before, when they're all sort of split up, doing the lanes and stuff, like Windrunner was buyers, it was very easy for Ursa to pick people off and just cause, and even for Night Stalker to run around and cause a whole ton of havoc. But now that they're all balling up in this death ball, pushing together, being together, and they can just drop the stuns, isolate somebody that they need to, or just shut them down and make sure they don't get ganked by them.
No, it's definitely Giggles. Now that the laning stage is well and truly over, they're just struggling to find any opening to get any sort of kills here. I mean, you can see Ursa. I mean, he's climbed up well. He's at 172
having massive
CS.
lag once again. Give me one moment. I'm just going to try and fix it.
Are you dropping frames, or is it just looking okay?
Well, it's looking okay, but it might be a frame drop. It might be a net thing. Let me check. Yeah, we've dropped like another 2. Oh, geez, I'm not sure what's happening there. Hang on. I'm just going to...
You can restart the your router if you need after this game.
Yeah, I'm dropping a ton of frames. It's ridiculous right now. I'm not sure. Guys, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. I will try and fix it in between these 2 matches. There's not a whole lot I can do, though, right as of this moment. As it looks like we're going to lose. Oh, have you lost? No, nobody's down yet. The Ice Blast goes through. Venomance in some serious trouble. Crystal Main dropping her ult again. She will go down really quickly, though. The swap again, as it looks like Witch Doctor dropping his ult. We've already lost her. So Crystal Main down as well. Shit, did she buy back? Crystal Main actually just bought back.
That is a Dendi-style Crystal Main with a Ghost Scepter, actually, not the Sanjin Yasha, but getting up some nice farm, going for the buyback, trying to hold the racks for her team, but at this point, not farmed enough. And yeah, TongFu are just going to lead the charge in. How on that Lycan with the Beastmaster of MU is just too strong. This Rax is going to go down. And TongFu, I mean, just too much mid-game push coming out of them.
Yeah, mid-game push, and this team fight position. Once they're all balled up in a death ball, ready to push as a team, no need to worry about split pushes. Group up, go together. I mean, this is the kind of thing you can win a pub by just doing. Just say, guys, it's 28 minutes. Let's just get together and push. And if the other team is like, doesn't have your team fight potential, it's so easy to win. And so we see here, even though Giggles were completely destroying TongFu in the beginning, it's just that mid-game, just pushing together, group up, death ball, nothing they can do about the mass stuns, and we'll lose a whole bunch of heroes once again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do apologise for technical issues. I will try and track down what the problem is. I'm not dead sure what might be going wrong, but it's definitely something on mine. The frames are being dropped on my end, so it's something happening here. So hopefully I can fix it. It's not a Twitch issue. Well, I don't think it's a Twitch issue anyway.
And Ursa will get taken out. This replay time has actually deceived me. I thought there was a good 7 minutes left, but it looks like the game is about to end, as Valve have been pretty sneaky here. But yeah, I mean, TongFu, I mean, they have lost again to Ice, but looking like they should be able to qualify for that second position in this Group C.
Yeah, TongFu definitely still proving that they are a strong team worthy of being feared. And I mean, I think that just goes to show how damn strong Ice are at the moment. I mean, nobody really expected them to do the amount of damage they have, but they did drop TongFu. I mean, they beat TongFu pretty easily as well. Anyway, guys, I am just